Hey, this is BlindFox and welcome at my Ration review. Please support the channel, please subscribe and please go and donate on patreon.com. So today we are doing the lunch portion of our Prospector's MRE from allmres.com, and this was sent to us by Tracy Phillips. Go and support his channel. And I forgot to put this in the previous two videos of this particular ration. This is his pork he sent me. He made it himself. You can see here it is quite a tall or a tall thing or a long thing. Very handy to have such a, even if you don't use it for your rations, very handy to have such a long kitchen implement. I mean, it's always the bottle that is too long, the glass, the pot that is too big if you want to get something out. The other side, the gherkin that just doesn't want to come out with any other kitchen implement you have. So I think this is a very useful implement in your kitchen, being that it's so nice and long. And if you want to take a bite of something in the deep pot, you don't have all the other, the longer the spoon, the bigger the forepart or the fork, stupid. So if you want to take a bite out of something somewhere, I mean, you can even use it as a little toasting fork if you need to, or whatever you want to use it for. Besides for reaching into those long ration packs that you get in some rations. Very cool. As I said, he made it himself. I can't use it because it's just too long and I will just bump stuff over and make a big mess and get into trouble for doing so. But anyway, here it is. I'll park it around somewhere. Let's put it on down here. It can park off around the place somewhere. We're going to do our pub mix. This is sort of a cracker mix and it sort of feels to me quite scrushed. Chicken with noodles. It feels very saucy, so you can eat this cold. Our other fruit drink. Our little meat stick thingy. American Smarties. As I said, I'm not sure if I had it. I could have had it once before. I can't remember that far back. But maybe in the... which one? Maybe in that MRE, which one? Maybe in the MRE Mountain thing? Could have had it there. In that one with the pizza one I did the pizza ration. I think it was MRE Mountain. Yeah. Could have been there that it was, but I'm not sure if I had it before. We've got our cheese spread. And yes, I will need it. I've used this because you could add it with either the chicken and noodles. And then we've got our snack bread. We do still have the chili flakes, which I'm not gonna use, since some of the other people in the house like to taste the rations and they are not a fan of chili flakes. We also have the hot sauce, which you can also use in some of this stuff. You've got a packet of hot sauce, a packet of chili flakes, and there's a salt and pepper around there somewhere. Now they only gave you one ration heater, but hey, luckily we still have power for a bit, so we are going to pop this on the stove in some boiling water. That's the only boiling water we need. You're not going to heat up our snack bread, although you could. Not going to heat up our cheese spread, although you could. People tend to do it. If you heat this up, it sort of just tastes fresher, but still, well. In any case, I'll go and do this and I will be back. And again, this is Tracy's spoon or spork. You can see it reaches from the top of my field of view to the bottom. So while we are waiting for our food to heat up, let's do our drink. This time I used actually cold water. Oh yeah, there's Tracy's spoon again. As in out of the freezer. Which one is the Fridge? Freezer? I can't remember. I can never remember the difference between the two. Or as the English would say, the icebox. Anyway, very fruity. Still smells the same, but it's almost, if it's so cold as it is, if it's not, it lose some of its fruit taste. But nice, but I'm gonna drink it all because there's, well, let's not drink it all first. So let's start with our beef stick. Not sure what spices they used, I didn't read the packet. It is fat, but there is some fat in, but these need fat. Not bad for such a little stick. If I'm not mistaken, there might even be less fat than normal. There's a lot of salt in here, but it tastes good. Now our pub mix. I've never had pub mix. Let's see what we have. We've got some pretzel cookie things, pretzel shaped pretzel, some, what is this? A salty barbecue flavor thing, maybe. Another little pretzel sticky. And I think that's that. There's the big pretzel things, the pretzel stickies, the little pretzel formed pretzels, and whatever this is that's got a, everything is salty. This has got, I think, sort of a barbecue taste, I think. Original recipe. Do not know what is original recipe. But anyway, it is this. Not bad. Hey, gives you 400 and whatever. Yeah. I don't think I should read that. Maybe too scary. So what have we not do? We've not done our snack bread yet. Snack bread, bread shaped. I must say I like the breadsticks, but this you can also break. A bit dry, tastes like bread. Hee. Don't want you yet. Put on a bit of cheese. Salty. The American cheese tastes saltier and sweeter than the South African ones, and a little smarty. Nice and sweet, and might be a bit soury. Just like a small Super C. Just not as sour. Let's finish this. And let's taste another one. Almost like a small, not very sour Super C. So let's go and get our food. Alright. There's the pork again. Let's taste it. We get the chicken. I think it is prefab chicken. Oops, let's zoom in. There's lint noodles. Very much saucy. So let's taste. Salty. Prefab chicken. That does make it a bit, how do you put it? Easier to eat. Oh. I'll make it a bit easier to eat. But it's very colorless. I don't want to add too much of chili flakes because I don't know how strong is chili flakes. So we've added some chili flakes in here. See if it helps. Not gonna add all of them chili flakes because I don't know how hot they will be. I think I can't remember if there's a hot sauce in there. But anyway, we've got the chili flakes, and there's a quite prodigious amount of them. Oh, let's taste. It just adds a little bit of a burn. You can of course then add some cheese here. They said American cheese a bit sweeter than the others. And since this is quite hot actually. Alright, we've mixed some cheese in. As I said, it's American cheese. It's a bit saltier than some of the South African cheese stuff, but very much sweeter taste to me. I don't know how much cheese is in this cheese, but well. There's somewhat of a bite. Does work with this. And the cheese as well. So do add some of the cheese here. I didn't keep the cheese for the ravioli because I figured that maybe there might be some stuff in there. So let's do this. Can nibble your chicken with this. Let's try some chicken with the pub mix. You can even mix your chicken with your pub mix. And that was our lunch. What did I think about this? American cheese, sweeter, and sometimes a bit saltier, but not I think as salty as the cheddar, I'm not sure. But definitely very much sweeter than the South African cheese. Never had pub mix, heard of it. Quite nice, you get some, I think it might be a barbecue taste. Very, very salty, of course, because they have to give you salt so that you can order drinks. And you need the salt for if you are out and about. Snack bread, just normal snack bread. I actually like the Italian breadsticks more. I like the herbiness. And it would have gone well with the chicken here. The Smarties, not as soury as a Super C or some of the South African candies, but it's nice. It's very fine sugary. It's got a nice little taste. We used to get some stuff like this. It was called Fizz Bites. But there was sort of a fizz in them. This doesn't have that. For the South Africans that's watching, it doesn't taste like Fizzy Bites. Then we've got our little meat stick. Because it's so small, it's really difficult to estimate the amount of fat in this. It doesn't taste too fatty, but I think there's the fat proportion is right. Sometimes some of this stuff can be very, very fatty. This, although it's fatty, is not as fatty as it could be. Our drink. No flavoring. Now you can hear some people say yay because a lot of these drinks has got a lot of flavor. And again, we've got this pork. Tracy made it himself. And then our chicken was nice, although you had to add some cheese and some of the chili flakes to it, just to give it a bit more taste. Otherwise, it's a bit bland. And this was the lunch portion. So I actually like the lunch of our Prospector's MRE from allmres.com. And this was sent to me by Tracy Phillips. Go and check out his channel. He also made this huge little spork. You can see it is, well, I'm zoomed out I think now. Yeah, this is so tall now. It's actually as long, yeah, you can see this thing very long. Let me put it down, it's a bit better, then it can actually fit. So very long, you can use it for multiple purposes. You always need the fork or a spoon that is just that much longer. This one works good for it. Although I can't use it while I'm filming because it's a bit long. I might just whack over something I do not want to whack over. So this was our ration review. So as I said, go and check out Tracy's channel. And please support the channel. Please subscribe. Please go and donate on patreon.com and see you at my next ration review.